Good evening, one and all, and welcome to Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey. My name is Zach Seeloff, and I'm joined in the booth, as always, by my partner, Dan Greatchuck. Dan, great to be here with you tonight.
Always good to be here, Zach.
It was a late-breaking assignment. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to make this one work, but we're super happy to bring you another varsity high school boys game between the Oregon Panthers and the home team Middleton Cardinals. We are out at the newly renovated Capitol Ice in Middleton. They got it re-renovated, I guess technically last year. Now this 2019, since the Madison Capitals moved out here. Gorgeous facility, a great place to watch a hockey game tonight.
Yeah, the ice looks really nice. It seems like it's a fast sheet. So I think that's really going to be a lot of fun to watch tonight.
And I'm very interested to see it because this is not an Olympic-size sheet, which is what we saw Oregon play on last week. And let's talk about that. Oregon at Edgewood. Edgewood, of course, plays at the LeBron Arena on the UW-Madison campus, a full Olympic-size sheet of ice. And boy, was that a game for the ages. And it feels like we're right where we were at this time last season. We know how that went. Let's talk a little bit about how they want it to go now. Oregon, of course, falling in that game 3-2 in overtime. Just a heartbreaking, very fluky goal, as you like to say, to end it. A game that Oregon played supremely well, and as did Edgewood. I don't want to take anything away from them or act like they shouldn't have gotten the win, but that game was right down to the wire. Two great teams playing great hockey.
It really was, and Oregon definitely had a lot to be very happy with. And I know immediately following the game, there's probably a lot of just not good feelings. But I think as time has gone on since then, they can look back and say, we were in that game from beginning to end. They didn't run us. We weren't overreacting. We played our game, and we needed extra time for them to get past us. So I think that was definitely a positive experience for them. And this is where we see that character start to build that Coach Clemens has put into effect when we talked to him at the beginning of the season, where he really wanted to change the character of the team. And I think we're seeing that.
Couple things I want to talk about with that game. The thing being how much this reminds me of last season at this time when they played Edgewood at a very similar point in the season last year. They also lost in overtime 5-4. Tough finish to that game. That team, as we know, kind of went downhill, sort of lost their focus, had real trouble in the remaining games, and wasn't able to achieve what they wanted. This team feels a lot different to me, and I know it's just kind of a gut feeling, right? You got to play the games, but as I look out on the ice, as we talk to Coach Clemens and his staff about what they're trying to do, I think they can really build on that defeat in a way that maybe they weren't able to last season.
Yeah, and I think some of the things we saw last season after that game is there was a lot of off-ice and locker room distractions. And that definitely took away from the rest of the season. The game last season against Edgewood, where it went into overtime, was a system that Coach Yachman at the time had really worked, and everybody bought into it, and it almost paid off. This season is very similar to that. I had a chance to talk to Coach Clemens briefly before this game, and he's really happy with the way the team is starting to buy into a system as he makes little adjustments here and there, and everybody's buying into it. So the more they grow accustomed to that system, the chemistry that builds on the ice, the more positives we're going to see. And I think you're absolutely right. This has a different attitude of the players on the ice.
And then let's talk about Coach Clemens as well and his decision regarding the goalies, because that's going to be a big thing today. All season they've had the three goalies, Hunter Newton, Jacob Ayers, and Colton Daly, and they've gone with them in a rotating pattern, trying to pick their spots where he feels like each goalie's skill set is going to be best. Tonight he's going with Colton Daly, sophomore, his first year on varsity. In his 2 games he's appeared in, he's 2-0, 49 shots on goal. He's stopped all but 2 of them. 6'1", 205, big guy in the net. What are you looking for him to do tonight in this 3rd appearance on varsity?
Well, again, you know, getting a chance to talk to Coach before the game. He likes his style. He's a big goaltender, and that seems to be one of the new trends we're seeing is really big goaltenders. When you're a big goaltender with speed, you take up a lot of the net. It's harder to get a read when you're a forward coming in. He's a percentage goaltender, not overly aggressive. So I think we're going to see a by-the-numbers kind of goaltending performance, and that's what Oregon needs, because the speed and skill of this Middleton team can't be understated. Last year was kind of a rebuilding year. This year they're starting to come back around again, and they have a lot of speed.
One thing to talk about in terms of Middleton, we haven't gotten a chance to see them this year, so I don't have a lot of great insight into their style. We'll see it as they play. But the only common opponent this year is Monona Grove. Middleton played them back on December 22nd. They took them apart. They won that game 10-1. We know Oregon went to overtime against Monona Grove. They did win the game, but nonetheless had to go to overtime. I believe it was 4-3, if I'm not mistaken. So we saw that with Edgewood as well. Edgewood also plays Monona Grove since they're both in the Badger South, and Edgewood demolished Monona Grove just the same, and yet Oregon played them to an absolute stalemate, a thriller to the very end, and an overtime loss. What do you make of that? Because MG is a team that I think is trying to rebuild a little bit, trying to reconstitute their hockey program. Middleton, Edgewood handled them easily. Oregon had a little more trouble, but then when Oregon played Edgewood, did quite well. What do you take away from all that?
You know, it could be good for one side and bad for the other in the sense that if, from what I see from Oregon, they're a more consistent team. Every game we've watched them play, they have been consistent. They haven't been a real on one night and then the next night off, which we saw a lot last season. So you got to wonder, is that what happened with either Monona Grove or Middleton, that they just had an on night? But I did see that score, and it was so lopsided. But again, Oregon just seems to find a way to play at the level of the opponent, and that's what makes them a fun and fresh team to watch this season.
As we look up and down the Middleton score sheet just to try and get a sense for them, we know Oregon very much relies on their first line to get the scoring done. Zach Roscos, Adam Franken, and Laszlo Oro, as we've talked about all season, very, very effective. Little more diverse on the Middleton side. I'm seeing a lot of players with a fair number of goals, and we got a couple of guys. Number 9, Andrew Chafe, 12 goals, 7 assists. Number 21, Bryce Schuster, 7 goals, 15 assists. So guys up into the double digit of points already this season. How do those two styles match up? Kind of a solid scoring line versus a whole team that maybe spreads it out.
Middleton has a talented hockey program set up for youth. So a lot of these kids have been playing ever since they were, squirts and mites. So what you end up having is the ability to really have a lot of spread around scoring power. In Oregon, what we've seen over the past 3 seasons is there's that 1 or 2 lines that can really hurt you. And then you have that third line and a checking line they put out there. So it's really not that Middleton is that much better program-wise than Oregon. It's just that it seems to be all the kids have such a good understanding of the fundamentals. They've been playing so long together that chemistry is there. And look, you can be a top 6 forward and play with a bottom 6 forward and still do a good job if you've got the chemistry and know where you're at. So I think that's what we see a little bit in the difference.
All righty. We're going to take a break, folks, while the Zamboni clears the ice, and we'll be back with the start of this game. It's Middleton hosting Oregon on OCA Media. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to Capital Ice Arena for tonight's matchup against the Middleton Cardinals, playing the Oregon Panthers. Now for the starting lineup for Oregon. In goal, number 35, Colton Daly. Starting at defense, number 19, Matthew Rush. Also starting at defense, number 2, Parker Schmidt. At forward tonight, number 7, Joe Raymer. Also at forward tonight, number 10, Zach Roscos. And last but not least, starting at forward, number 8, Adam Franken. Your Oregon Panthers are coached by Ted Barron, Andy Barron, Carl Vanko, Josh Lear, and head coach Larry Clemens. And now the starting lineup for your Middleton Cardinals. Starting in goal tonight, number 1, Noah Hogan. At defense, number 5, Noah Earhart. Starting at the other defense tonight, senior Riley Armstrong. Starting in left wing tonight, senior Nate Burkhart. Starting at center, number 6, Brian Frusciani. And at right wing tonight, number 12, Jack Baltus. Your Middleton Cardinals are coached by Kyle Lundy, Derek Ward, Patty Sexton, Griffin Slagowski, and Max Honish. Head coach for Middleton is Stefan Walby. Your officials for tonight's game are Ryan Schroeder, Richard Greenlee, and Peter Schneider. Your officials have been licensed by the WIAA for tonight's game based on their proven ability to properly officiate competition at this level. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand, remove your hats, and place your hand over your heart for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back, everybody. Zach Seeloff and Dan Greatchuck with you. The Panthers getting ready to take on the Middleton Cardinals from the Big 8 Conference. I am really excited for this game. And just before we get started, you had mentioned Cardinals going through a little bit of upheaval at the goalie position.
Yeah, they are. They're going with Noah Hogan tonight. There have been a lot of injuries. They've been having a lot of problems. Definitely Noah Hogan is a capable goaltender without a question, just not a lot of experience so far this season. So that's a lot of weight on him. And it's interesting to see how goaltenders respond in that. Sometimes they do really well under that pressure. And I think he's got the team around him that he can have a lot of confidence.
One other thing to talk about in terms of positioning for Oregon, Joe Romer getting the start today at wing in favor of Laszlo Oros. I don't know, and we weren't able to talk to Coach Clemens before the game about this, if that's just he wants to cycle people in to get a chance to start, or if he's looking at something new on that line. What are you expecting out of him as he works with Roskos and Franken on the forward end?
I think it's good to bring Romer in because Roskos and Franken have really been the linchpin of that line, and I think he's looking to get some of that experience to the second line by moving Oroz there.
All righty, well, we'll see how he does. He's out there on the ice now. The rest of the Panthers getting underway. 17 minutes per period in the high school game, 3 periods per game, as we are getting at it here at Capitol Ice in Middleton. Puck initially in the Oregon zone. Panthers defense trying to clear it out. It's getting jammed down low, though, as they do battle with Nate Burkhart of the Cardinals just fighting down there, and we've got a penalty, a high stick. And we'll see if this was a penalty high stick or if this was just a puck played with a high stick. I believe it's a penalty, and I believe it's going against Nate Burkhart. That is the signal. So just 20 seconds into the game, 16:40 left in the period. The Panthers will have a 2-minute power play after the high sticking call.
Yeah, and this is really where Oregon's been dangerous on special teams lately. They've done a really, really good job, and they've moved Ayers up to center in this one, so it'll be interesting to see how they do in the power play.
Face off in the near side of the Middleton zone. Panthers do win it back, sling it all the way over, and it's Gage Shiljan at the far side point. Roskos down low, finds Franken, loses track of the puck. It's poked to the near side, but it'll be Oros to take it there. Drop back down. Middleton tries to clear it, can't beat Oros. Do they hold that one into the zone? They do, but then it is finally flicked out. Panthers will regroup. Minute 35 on the power play, 16:15 to go in the first period. Scoreless very early here, and this one poked away, and now we got a little hustle from Andrew Chafe. Chafe of the Cardinals with a shorthanded chance. He drags it forward, takes a quick shot, but easily deflected back by Colton Daly of the Panthers. Zach Roskos across the center line. Nice pass across, finds Franken at that far side point. Franken down towards Roskos, heads all the way to the rear wall. Minute 15 on the power play. Quick shot. Doesn't get through traffic, still loose in front. Franken right in a perfect spot in the low slot there, but couldn't get it through the defense. Franken takeaway again, still in the low slot for Roskos, and then swatted clear by the Middleton Cardinals.
And that's what we talked about before the game, of getting it behind the net, moving the puck up into the slot, and getting a shot. And they were able to do it there again. but Noah Hogan was quick to answer.
50 seconds left on the power play. Middleton gets another clear and sends it down after Oregon had changed lines. Their defenseman will get a line change here as well. 15:23 in the game, 40 seconds on the power play as the Panthers bring it up. Far side carried by Matt Rush. The defenseman flips it in, and they will give chase. Pat McCormick following after that one along with Nick Ryan. Battle behind the net, and following it up is Matt Strassman as well. Rush, a nice job with the hand to hold that one in at the point. Flicks it towards center, but it's skated away by Blake Kalsher of the Cardinals and cleared on down. 20 seconds to go on the power play and even 15 minutes to play here in a scoreless first period out at Capitol Ice in Middleton. The Cardinals trying to wrap a close one around. Nice job by Daly with the stick to just keep that puck moving and get it away. McCormick in the last 11 seconds of the power play sends a cross ice pass to Strassman, taken away by the Cardinals and nicely handled in center ice by Aiden Henderson. It's knocked off his tape, but he does clear it out, and the penalty expires. Both teams are full strength, and here they come charging out of center ice. The player who was called for that penalty takes a quick shot. Nate Burkhart. Colton Daly of the Panthers able to cover it up.
Yeah, and that was a good hit coming out of the box on Strassman. Totally took him out of the play. And one of the things that's neat to watch in Daly, he's such a big goaltender that his movements look slow and labored, but it's just he's so big and he covers the net so easily that it looks a little slower, but it's all optical.
Jake Fountain in the face-off top for the Panthers. Neither team really wins it cleanly, but Hogan Schultz of Oregon able to come away with it in that near side corner. Battle ensuing there. The Cardinals fighting hard for this puck in the Oregon zone. It's tapped out towards the point. It'll be held by Dane Showall. Fires one down, and a nice save by Daly. Freezes it with 14:17 to play in the first.
I will say I'm a big fan of Colton Daly's pads. I have the same set of the Reebok leg pads. I like those.
Very nice, very nice. So, not even 3 minutes gone yet. Middleton very successfully kills off a power play opportunity for the Panthers, and we are doing battle. Zach Roskos wins this one forward, but Middleton able to trap it at the blue line, knock it down. Hogan Schultz up forward to the point. Panthers trying to poke it free. Franken chasing there along with Joe Romer. But the Cardinals grab it and re-enter, work it to the far side. Shot is deflected away behind the net, doesn't make it to the goaltender. Big hit up in the corner. Middleton hangs onto the ball. Schultz, though, fighting hard, trying to clear that one out. Works its way back down the wall and behind the net, where it's chased after by Bryce Carey of Middleton. Reverses field, tries to get that one up to Alec Inman. Sent across towards the middle. Inman, a shot and a deflection, goes wide of the referee, even and over into the corner. Trapped to the point. Franken, a nice backhanded pass towards Romer. He can't quite come up with it, but they do clear the zone. Force Middleton to reset with 13:36 to play. Still scoreless here in the first period. Gage Chilgen holds it in his own defensive zone for Oregon. Sends it forward to Franken. Franken paintbrushes that one a little bit, but the pass taken away by Romer and dropped back to Rush on defense. Good angled pass to Franken. Can't come up with it, though. A couple of misses there, unfortunately. Middleton goes for a dump and change.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of patience from Oregon setting up.
Quick takeaway and a quick shot and just missing. Firing hard was Aiden Henderson. Henderson with 7 goals and 2 assists on the season takes a sniper shot from a low angle. Not quite able to get it to go. 13:03 to play in this first period. Still scoreless here at the Capitol Ice Arena. Both teams battling down in the corner of the Panthers zone. Now it's skated out, that time by Laszlo Oros. Turns it around to Matt Rush. Rush cross ice, nearly picked off by Middleton. Tap forward though, a nice tap by McCormick, and here's Oros. Oros with Colton Ayers. Oros to the center, dragging it along, drops for Ayers. A great move around, he's tripped down, battles for it, and that is going to be a tripping call. Unintentional, but as Middleton swept around for the puck, got the skate instead, and another power play chance for Oregon.
And that's the creativity we've seen from the forwards of Oregon this season, is they're quick with those little passes. And what I was saying earlier was Oregon is being really patient and looking for the right breakout they want. They're not afraid to move it back into their zone to get the look they want.
12 minutes and 40 seconds to play in this first period. A 2-minute power play coming up for Oregon after the tripping penalty against number 16, Aiden Henderson. Oh, a quick shot and a good stop that time by Noah Hagan, able to get the stick down and make that save. And this one's going to be skated out by Middleton. Middleton developing a 3-on-2 here. 2-on-2 at least as they carry it forward. Blake Kalsher stops in the corner, takes a shot and misses well wide. And this one should be taken by Oros of Oregon. Move it forward with 1:36 on the power play. Laszlo hooked across the blue line. Good follow by Colton Ayers. Ayers drags his way into the slot, gives the pass up to Franken. Franken at the far wall, back into the center. Ayers trying for the deflection, doesn't get it, but Chilgen has it there at the point. Finds Franken again, tap into Roskos. Both players battle for it. It comes out to the rear wall. Feed to center is broken up, nicely broken up by Middleton and sent towards the corner wall. Cardinals able to clear it down. 1:10 to go on the power play as Oregon will get a change.
Middleton's really respecting Oregon on this power play. They're not trying too hard to move too many people down the middle, and that's just a good sign of a really evenly matched game.
Oregon's got 5 new skaters in there. That one deflects funny off a shin pad. Matt Rush picks it up, takes a shot, wide open, look at the score! The rebound off the shot finds its way right to number 6, Nick Bryan, and Nick Bryan has his first goal as a varsity Panther. Way to go, Nick.
That was a great setup, and again, it was coming in, got a shot down low, rebound out to that far circle, wide open net. There was no way for Noah Hogan to recover on that one. And again, they're going to find ways to make it pay on the power play, and they were getting better looks on this one than the last one.
Coach Larry Clemens asked for the puck on that one. Nick Bryan playing at center, getting his first goal of the season and the first goal of his varsity career. He had 2 assists already. And he buries that one for the power play score. Oregon leading Middleton 1-0 with 11:26 to play in this first period. Nice pick off at center ice, and that one flipped in cleanly by Caden Peterson. The Panthers give chase. Middleton controlling behind the net, broken off a skate, and here's Strassman. Sends it up to the point for Hogan Schultz, who taps it back down. Middleton will take it there. They've got a man looking to cherry pick. They send it ahead, and they're able to tap it in lightly off the stick of Brooks Kalsher. That one pops high, but stays in the arena. Hogan Schultz sends it out into center ice for Oregon with an even 11 minutes to play. It remains a 1-0 Oregon lead. Hard pass from Middleton through center ice. They're pushed hard on the forecheck. Strassman getting a piece of that, sending it into the zone briefly. Another entry pass from Oregon as they're looking to get a change. Cardinals trying to work it through neutral ice. Brooks Kalsher has it taken away. Jake Fountain drops it into the middle, and this one brought forward by Drew Reynolds. Reynolds has a man in the middle. Boy, he goes down hard. That was Sam Muller. Gets taken out at the knees, loses the puck, and it's loose on that far wall. Middleton tracking it in the form of Dane Showall. Battle with 3 Panthers getting on Showall. They take that puck away, try and work it into center again. Reynolds working hard on Andrew Chafe. Chafe able to move it up that far wall, and they send it back into the center for him. Cross-ice pass finds Bryce Carey. Carey takes a shot from wide out, and a nice, easy save from Colton Daly. Made that one look simple.
Yeah, Middleton was looking to get a change in there. That's why they let that 3-on-2 go. Looks like after that goal, Oregon really started to step it up a bit. They looked like they had a little bit more spring in their step, a little more confidence. And I think with the difference in lines this game, as they start to roll, we'll see them get better and better.
And Oregon is sticking with those line pairings that they announced at the start. So it wasn't, just merely, we want to get you a starting chance. They want Romer out there, and he's playing well, along with the rest of this Oregon team. Holding it behind the net is Gage Shiljan. Nice tap forward, finds the captain, Zach Roscos. He has to move through a number of different players. Knocked off the puck, but sticks with it, fighting right in front of his own bench. At the blue line, stripped away, and here comes Roscos again. He's got Franken trailing behind him. Roscos battling up to the corner. Gets that puck, avoids a shot. Romer behind him. Sends it along. There's Franken trying to get it back to Romer along the wall. Battle continues behind the net. And we've got 9:34 to play in this first period. Oregon up 1-0 thanks to the power play goal from Nick Bryan. And now here comes Middleton with numbers, trying to move 4 men forward. Working his way on to get that one was Caden Peterson. But the Cardinals able to work it deep. Peterson, though, hangs with it. Sends it to Franken. Stopped at the point. Cardinals send in a shot. Doesn't get through. Peterson behind the net. Wraps this one forward to Romer. It's out of his reach. Held by Middleton. They fire a shot in, but it's well wide of the cage with 9:09 to play in the first period. Big shot from Rush. Got that forearm extended on number 5, Noah Earhart. Loose puck and a nice turnaround that time by Colton Ayers. Boy, and a big hit on Joe Romer. Gets right back up, though, and back into the play. Flung into the zone by 22, Nate Burkhart of Middleton. Matt Rush behind the net. Goes to the far side with 8:49 to play in the first period. A pass towards a Rose is broken up. That time getting in the way was Bo Bergenthal, but the Panthers still control defensively. Try to find Oros on the cross-ice pass. That one may go down for icing. It does. With 8:37, we'll take a face-off in the Oregon zone.
Yeah, a lot of the battles along the boards right now, Oregon has been doing real well in the offensive zone of getting support to where the puck is along the boards on those 50-50 battles. Middleton obviously not afraid to play the body and really is starting to pick up the physicality, but Oregon seeming to roll right with it, and we're not seeing the kind of retaliatory stuff we saw last season.
Andrew Chafe versus Colton Ayers in the face-off tie. Linesman trying to get everyone lined up on sides, and with 8:37 to go, the puck drops. Middleton controls. Bo Bergenthal, though, not able to hold it in the zone, tracks back to his own defensive area. Sends it forward to the captain, Bryce Carey, who flings it into the Oregon territory. Fangs funny off the boards and actually hits the corner of the cage. Panthers able to handle it. Oros with a cross-ice shot towards Pat McCormick, and now we've got a whistle back behind the play. Cross-checking is the call.
And that's going to go against number 3, Bryce Carey.
Yep, the captain, Bryce Carey, 4 goals and 5 assists, called for the cross-check. And boy, this is not what we've become accustomed to from Middleton. 3 penalties in the first 9 minutes of the game. They've already been victimized once on the power play. The Panthers get another 2 minutes here.
Yeah, and this is not a team you want to give too many chances on the power play. The power play goal they had was from their second unit, and here they get their first unit out, and they can really make it pay.
Faceoff is won by Oregon to the near point for Matthew Rush. Rush thinking about that wrist shot, drags it down, and then gives it off to McCormick. McCormick, a killer shot and a huge rebound to Hogan Schultz. Schultz puts it down towards Strassman. Strassman trapped into the corner, but the puck's still loose there. Panthers come up with it. It's Nick Bryan, who had the power play goal earlier, now cleared out by the Cardinals with 1:39 to go on the power play, 7:56 to go in this first period.
Yeah, I'm curious to see.
And now we've got an interference call coming up against Matt Strassman. So unfortunately, the Panthers won't be able to continue on the power play. We'll have 4-on-4 for 1:33 and then 27 seconds of a Cardinal power play.
And I was just going to say, I was looking forward to seeing Schultz try and get some shots from the blue line on that power play. But now we're going to be on 4-on-4 for about 1:33, and then we'll get to see Middleton's power play for about half a minute.
7:52 to play in this first period. Panthers up 1-0. We're going to have 4-on-4 hockey for 1:30 now, as this one is won by the Panthers, and here comes Adam Franken. Franken working on Bo Bergenthal. Gets around both the defenders, is jammed up though, and Bergenthal able to take that puck away in the corner. Looking to move it forward. A nice little sweep by Zach Roscoe. Roscoe doing a job back there along with Franken. They send it along the dasher and behind the net. Roscoe's still fighting for it. He's got that puck loose, got some open look, sends to the point. Caden Peterson takes a little shot. It goes wide into the corner, where it'll be picked up that time by Showall. Wrap it around, trying to work it over to Bryce Schuster. Schuster challenged by Roscoe, taps it forward to Bergenthal, still trapped at the point by the Panthers. Peterson, Franken, and Roscoe getting involved. Roscoe has it on that near side wall, still 4-on-4 for another 50 seconds, 7:08 to go in the first period. Franken behind the net along with Roscoe. They flip it by him. It's still loose in the slot. Franken nearly gets there, but here comes Bergenthal of Middleton. Into the near corner, flicked back, still held at the blue line. They managed to retain the zone. Pass to the center, picked off by Peterson. Passes it right ahead to Ayers, who finds Roscoe on the far edge. Zach Roscoe, cross ice to Ayers, just out of his reach, and that one goes all the way down. Roscoe coming back for a change as Middleton looks to break it forward. 20 seconds left on the 4-on-4, 6:37 to play in this first period. Poke through the slot, lots of Middleton sticks there. They take a shot and miss wide right. That one came off of Noah Earhart's blade, but wasn't able to get it on net. Puck still loose, held into the zone, fired down low again. Backhanded attempt, doesn't get through traffic. Matt Rush comes up for Oregon. Looking for an outlet pass. He's able to find Oros, and here comes Laszlo on the right wing side. Drags his way to the center. Pass towards Ayers is broken away, and now Middleton on the power play for 20 seconds. Great breakup by Oros in the center. Colton Ayers knocked off the puck, but Matt Rush right there, and he'll fire that one down. Held in the center by Bryce Carey, who just got out of the penalty bench, and with 6 minutes to go, he brings it in on the right wing side. Top of the far circle, looking to pass across. Does make that pass through. Another tempted pass. Upended and a score. A lot of contact down low. The puck just kind of getting lost, and I believe it's Aiden Henderson, number 16. We'll see exactly who gets credited with the goal. It might be number 9 instead, Andrew Chafe, but either way, Middleton finds a power play goal of their own and ties this game up 1-1 with 5:54 to play.
Yeah, it really looked like Daly lost the visual on it, and I kind of lost it as well. A lot of contact, nothing that I think interfered with Colton's ability to play the puck. There was nothing there that would make that not count. But again, a lot of traffic, and a puck just kind of squirts in.
I agree. No goalie interference on that one, and Middleton able to make their power play opportunity work. We're all tied up at 1 with 5:48 to go in the first period. Through center ice, they find Roscoe. Roscoe's got 2 men to beat, fights his way through, sticks with it, takes a shot, and it's off the pad. A nice pad cover-up by Noah Hogan. How about Zach Roscoe battling basically from the center line all the way through Middleton to get that shot?
That was real pretty, but I got to give credit to the defensive players for Middleton. They were able to hold him up without getting any hooks or holds in there. That was good, solid defensive play from Middleton.
It's Henderson from
Bryce Harry and Brooks Kalsher get the assist, and it is Aiden Henderson, number 16, that gets the goal. Ties this game up at 1, 5:25 to play as the Panthers look to work it out of their defensive zone. Cardinals at the point, battling hard. They drop it back to Hogan Schultz. Little one touch, sends it forward, and Joe Romer now striding, working against Riley Armstrong. Armstrong moves it ahead. Cardinals enter the zone on the right wing side of Oregon's territory. Flip it back behind the cage, and it'll be taken there by Gage Shiljan. Shiljan stops up, trying to move that puck forward towards Drew Reynolds. At the point, Romer turns it around, fires it towards the net, does not quite get it on net, icing the call. We'll bring it back to the Panther zone for a faceoff.
That was a real disheveled shift from Oregon. It looked like there was a little bit of confusion in the change, and then they couldn't get a real good couple possessions to move it through the neutral zone. They seem to kind of stumble every once in a while in their transition game, and Middleton's going to make you pay if you keep doing that.
Face off in the Oregon zone. Nobody coming away with it cleanly. Now Middleton does get it back. It's Andrew Chafe taking it behind the net. Battling hard there, just challenged physically. 3 different Panthers finally do put him onto the ice and battle after it. Jake Fountain trying to get a hold of this puck. It's still loose, and it's taken that time by Middleton's Bryce Schuster. Schuster looking to get this into the center. The puck is loose in the crease, still loose, and it gets right into Colton Daly's chest. A backhand shot from Schuster. Good positioning from Daly to keep that one from being goal number 2.
And we're going back on the penalty kill for Oregon. Looked like holding 2 minutes. A little bit too much activity down in front of their goaltender, and they were looking to clear him out. You take the penalty, and now you can see Middleton's power play again. And now they got a full 2 minutes.
Number 16, Jake Fountain, the guilty party there. 2 minutes for holding is the call, as you said, with 4:33 to play in the first. And we've got an early entry call from the official, so we'll redo that faceoff. In the near side of the Panther zone, it's Sam Muller, and he'll be taking on Bryce Carey for Middleton. Carey able to win that one back. Cardinals control on the power play. Send it over to Schuster in the far corner. Carey working his way at the top of the circle. Picked off briefly, but couldn't quite hold it was Ben Wiedenholtz. Nice job to get his stick in the way, but they get it over to Earhart. Center point Schuster and back to Carey. Top of the circle, a shot and a nice save from Colton Daly. You had been talking during the JV game. Middleton had a very inexperienced goaltender in. Daly, as I look at him, and I don't know as much about goaltending as you by a long shot, but it looks like he is playing quite deep in that net there.
I was actually just going to say the exact same thing. He was way deep in there. I think it kind of caught him a little bit right now. He's kind of at the top of the crease, and that's where you want to be for a shot from there, but also he's so big. He doesn't need to have that much of an angle by coming out too far.
He does fill up more of the space. Roscoe gets that one clear towards Franken. Here come Franken and Roscoe fighting on the shorthanded attempt. Roscoe takes a big shot from Bergenthal against the wall. Cardinals able to clear it back up and move it forward. Minute 23 on the power play. 3:54 to go in the period. This one brought forward by Chafe. Chafe in the low slot, tries to turn on it, can't do it. It's knocked away from his tape, and Franken flips it clear. Great work by the defense of the Panthers to stop that opportunity.
And I think Middleton was a little surprised they had the puck on their stick when they were past the hash marks that close, kind of handcuffed them.
Little bit. 3:36 to go in this first period. An even minute left on the power play as the Cardinals bring it forward. Send it along to Brooks Galsher. Left wing side, he goes to the outer hash marks. Fires one in. It doesn't get to the net and snatched out of midair by Colton Daly. And we got a little pushing and shoving after the fact here. Caden Peterson and Dane Showall getting into it. The referees quickly separate them, But how about Colton Daly just grabbing that one midair? Great play.
Yeah, I've been watching his gloves during warm-ups and watching it during the game, and he's very comfortable, very confident with it. So anytime there's a puck fluttering, he's going to do everything he can to grab it up.
Nice work. The Panthers fight to try and win this one. Sam Muller does get it clear, flips over the top as he tries the clearing shot, though. And Cardinals able to hold it in the zone. 42 seconds left on this power play. Middleton has been set up for a while. They try a shot through. Nice job by Muller to get the legs together, block that one, and not allow it towards the net. Muller again, and a nice clear. Sam Muller sending it all the way down the ice. Even 3 minutes to play in the first period. We are all tied at 1. Both teams have a power play goal to their name, and Middleton is on the power play currently for another 20 seconds due to the holding penalty against Jake Fountain. They send that one forward. It's out of reach of everyone. Carey striding after Matt Rush. Rush does a great job to fake the rim to the left side, instead send it back to the right, and buy his team a few more seconds. 7 seconds left on the power play as Noah Earhart tries to bring it forward. He gets jammed in front of the Panther bench. They send it back down 2-1, and both teams are even strength. Solid kill from Oregon.
Yeah, it was a great penalty kill. We didn't see too many big scoring chances from Middleton, and when the puck did get up there, oh, and here we go.
And we've got wide open look, and it just bounces over the stick of number 11, Pat McCormick. Great play with the stick by Noah Hogan, the goaltender for the Cardinals, to send it along. Panthers still have an opportunity, though. Send it hard to the opposite side. Slowed down by Oros and then knocked clear. Nicely knocked clear that time by Aiden Henderson of the Cardinals. Panthers in front of the Cardinal bench, able to swat it in. They'll get a change as following it along are Pat McCormick and Laszlo Oros. Up to the point for the Cardinals, held there by Baltus, moves it ahead and finds the stick of Frusciante. Cardinals working behind the Panther net, just a battle along that wall. Gage Shiljan comes out ahead, but at the point, Cardinals hold. A nice pad save directed all the way to the near wall by Colton Daly of Oregon. Minute 38 to play in this first period. We're still all tied up at 1. A big battle here, and Middleton able to clear it out, goes towards that near side wall. Stepping up from defense and knocking it down is Alec Inman of the Cardinals. Minute 27 to go, and that puck gets loose and is up on end, actually. That'll roll all the way to the edge, and that'll let the Panthers get a change. Behind his own net, it's Inman again for Middleton. Sends it near side. Trying to reverse course, Riley Armstrong. He gets hassled, and here comes Franken. Franken towards Roscoe's, tap to the blue line. Schultz gets a shot in, but it actually hits off the skate of Joe Romer. And here comes a 2-on-3 chance for Middleton. Pass through the center, too strong, and Schultz will take it at the near wall. Less than a minute to go here as we cross the 1-minute threshold. Oh, boy, a dangerous chance for Middleton there. But Colton Daly able to make a secondary save and keep them out of the back of the net. We're still tied at 1 here in the first period at Cap Ice. Joe Romer now near side looking to get a long pass. He drags it forward to Roscoe. Roscoe to Franken, and it's broken up by the intervention of Dane Showell. Now turning it the other way, it's Brooks Kalsher. Right wing edge, Kalsher flips it into the middle. Shot coming from the outer hash marks, doesn't make it to the net, goes wide to the right, and the Panthers head the other way. Wiedenholtz across the middle, stolen away by the Cardinals, and now Bryce Carey at the outer hash marks, laying down as Matt Rush doesn't allow the shot to get through. 21 seconds to play in this first period. Both teams battling for this puck, and here it comes to Roscoe with 15 seconds to play. He's around his man. Roscoe slow hash mark, shot, and a save by Hogan. Oh, Zach Roscoe's with a second chance late in this period, but can't quite get it to go. 5 seconds to play, and we have a hand up, an offsides. Offsides is the call. Some exciting moments in the very last minute of this period. Roscoe's able to get that one onto the backhand, just ran out of room. We stay tied at 1.
Yeah, he did run out of room. He could feel the pressure coming from 3 Middleton jerseys, so he really had to make a quick one. But the speed of Middleton is making it hard for Oregon to capitalize on some of those plays.
Just 2 seconds to play. They feed it to the center, and not able to pull the trigger was Caden Peterson. We've got some Oregon fans to our right. They were up on their feet when that pass came through, but they're not quite able to get it to go. We head into the first intermission tied at 1, a power play goal for each team here in the first period.
It was an impressive period played by each side. I mean, neither team can be unhappy with their performance. Couple breakdowns on each end that led to some power play goals, and whether you call it a breakdown to take as many penalties, we saw 5 penalties, I believe, in that period.
We did.
3 for Middleton and 2 for Oregon. But nothing crazy, and each team was able to capitalize, but the speed of Middleton is really what has made it difficult for that line from Oregon to score.
And it's something we've seen every year that we've seen Middleton play. They never lack for speed. They've always got kids that can move up and down the ice, this year being no exception. And they did a nice job to hang into the game. When Oregon got that power play goal, it felt at that point like most of the game had been tilted their way. We were about halfway through the first period then, and Middleton really hung in there, got back, got their own power play opportunity, and got the score. We're tied at 1, and we're facing 2 teams here that are pretty equally matched.
Absolutely, and like I say, you probably would have seen a couple goals from Oregon in any other team just in that last couple minutes from those breakouts and the great puck movement and finding the open bodies. The one stretch pass that bounced over the stick that I know McCormick really wants again, but the speed of Middleton really negates just about, I'd say about 90% of the offensive power that Oregon brings to a game.
And let's talk about those just before we go to the break here. Those stretch passes for for Oregon really only started toward the end of that first period, but they got a number of them through traffic. Roscoe was the beneficiary of a couple. You mentioned the one to McCormick that just took a bad hop on the ice, but we saw a number of those. Do you think they figured something out about Middleton's defensive strategy, or was it just kind of a statistical anomaly there?
I think it comes down to just feeling comfortable. And again, after they scored their first goal, they looked like they felt a little bit more confident to take a couple extra strides, maybe try a little move here or there. And as the game went on, they felt more comfortable. And then again, you see the chemistry with Franken, Roscoe's. When you start to see that happen, you can tell they're kind of hitting another gear.
Alrighty, we're going to head to a break. We'll be back with the second period. It's Middleton 1, Oregon 1 here at Camp Ice in Middleton. We got 2 periods to go. Stay tuned to OCA Media's presentation of Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Seeloff, Dan Roscos with you for OCA Media's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey. We're tied at 1 after 1 period out here at Capital Ice in Middleton. The Cardinals got a power play goal to answer the Panthers' power play goal. That goal scored by Nick Bryan, his first goal of his varsity career. They got the puck. Always great to see somebody get their first goal.
Really is, and you must have Roscos on the brain because this is the second game in a row you've called me Dan Roscos.
It's bad. I called the puck a ball in the first period at one point. I'm going to work tonight at 11, and I don't know how good of an idea that is. But with all that said, minute 20 left in the intermission period. You and I were talking off air. 2 really good teams, but 2 teams that work in different ways. So Oregon is used to exploiting their speed on the offensive side. It's clear that Middleton is used to exploiting their speed on the defensive side. And so those 2 things have come together to make it so that neither team has really been able to do what they want, I think.
Yeah, and this period's going to be a period of adjustment where we're going to see how Oregon wants to try and deal with the speed of Middleton when they're trying to get into the offensive zone. Middleton, on the other hand, has done a great job through the neutral zone. They're playing a little bit of dump and chase. They're able to get it in and then move the puck around the outside. But Oregon's defense has done a good job of limiting the puck in those high-scoring areas. So it really is interesting to see the push and pull of each side. And it's been little mistakes and breakdowns that have led to the 2 goals we've seen. So this is not by any stretch a game anything other than a game of centimeters.
It really is. And one of the things that I've seen from Oregon on the defensive side that has really impressed me has been blocked shots. They have blocked a ton of shots just in this 1 period of hockey already. And I think a lot of times as you watch the game, that can look almost random, right? It hits off a leg or a skate or something. I can assure you it's anything but, and they're really doing a great job getting the body in front of those shots and not letting Middleton, even when Middleton ends up in a good spot with a good angle, not letting that puck get to the goalie.
Absolutely. Middleton's done a good job there, and Oregon's done a great job with active sticks. When the puck's being moved around the outside of their offensive or in their defensive zone, they're keeping the sticks going to take away the lanes for that crisp passing from Middleton to get through. So you're seeing a clinic in a lot of ways to neutralize really strong assets of a team in speed, in passing, and in shots just by playing physical, using their body to block shots, and Oregon keeping active sticks in the passing lanes.
I'll ask you to be the hockey Nostradamus here. Both these teams we've talked about match up well on each other. They do things that take away their opponent's advantage on both sides of the puck. What do you do then as a coach? Do you just say, we're just going to play our game, we're going to keep doing the things that have gotten us here, trust that we'll be able to find openings? Or do you want to make, more or less big changes, try and alter the way your game works?
I don't want to change anything on either bench. Each side is playing really well right now. I'd say try and stay out of the box, watch those penalties, but support the puck along the boards and keep talking.
First line out there for both teams as we get the second period underway. We're tied at 1 out here at Capital Ice. Zach Roscos controlling the puck, takes a big shot in front of his own bench, but gets it to Franken, who fights his way through the zone. That puck is knocked loose. Oro's briefly able to hold it, does send it back into the zone. He grabs it at the blue line, and the Panthers re-enter. Franken, left wing edge, stops up at the outer hash mark, sends back to the point. Knocked away by the Cardinals and sent all the way down towards the Oregon zone. Striding hard is Gage Shiljan. He'll take it with 16:34 to go. Across to Laszlo Oros. Oros, nice centering pass. He finds Roscos. Roscos, along with Franken, his cross-ice pass is broken up very neatly by Brooks Kalsher of Middleton, but that puck's still loose down low, and it's taken by Franken beneath the net. Tries to get it in front, and that time knocked away by Blake Kalsher. The Kalsher brothers combining on that effort for the Cardinals and keeping the Panthers out. Fending the center, and just at the last second swatted away. That time by Blake Kalsher. Boy, Franken and Roscos got awfully close there.
They really did, and they moved Romer back from that line. It's Oros who's out there on that first line again.
Decided to link him back up here. Now Nick Bryan, who had that goal, finds Ayers. Ayers a shot, and it's blocked off the blocker. What a save by Hogan. And there is a delayed penalty coming up against Middleton. There we get the whistle. Elbowing is the signal. We'll see who they assess it to. And now I saw the T signal coming out, and this may be a misconduct penalty. Sending them to the box.
Double minor.
A double minor is what we're doing. So a 4-minute double minor going against number 47, Bo Bergenthal, excuse me. He's the captain on this team, and he gets a 2 2 and 2 essentially. They count as 2 separate penalties, but they'll be served consecutively. So a 4-minute power play coming up for these Panthers. Great opportunity, and what a great shot from Colton Ayers in the low slot.
It really was, and it was only matched by an amazing save from Hogan. Good positional play.
Off the faceoff, it's trapped on the dot. Neither team able to get it. Now here come the Panthers. It's off the toe of the stick, or the toe of the boot, excuse me, for Gage Shiljan. Panthers come back up. Nice move by Roscoe, working his way through to the center. Zach Roscoe drops the pass back towards Colton Ayers. It is held briefly. No unsportsmanlike conduct, so rather than a double minor for elbowing, it's 2 minors. Unsportsmanlike, I assume he said something to the ref after the call, and 2 minutes for elbowing as well. So with 15-17 to go in the second period, 3:28 left on the power play, Panthers haven't really been able to set up in the first 40 seconds of this power play, Dan.
No, they haven't, but again, it's the speed of Middleton. They do such a good job of taking away lanes and movement. They take away time and space, and when you want to get a good penalty kill, you take away time and space. You force Oregon to make quick decisions without getting a full good view of the ice.
Here comes Adam Franken, speaking of, moving up that right wing side. Puck is knocked off his tape, and the Cardinals rim it around to that near side. Shiljan steps up from his defensive position, knocks it back down. Roscoe's down low, looking to turn it around. He's got Shiljan at the point. Drifts his way all the way to the near point and back to Roscoe. Roscoe tries to rim it back down the wall and finds Franken. Roscoe, near side dot, a shot, and misses just wide on the near side of the cage. Nice hold at the point that time by Oros. Works it down, it's Franken beneath the goal line. Flips over the top of that ball, and I did it a second time over the top of the puck. Sent back in by Laszlo. Battle behind the net. Roscoe's getting a stick in the way. And now we've got a delayed penalty coming. This time it'll be against Oregon, and they've got a chance. They fire this puck down. Matt Rush will just have to touch it up, or perhaps Colton Daly, and we'll get the whistle there. Hooking is the call, and so 2 minutes and 16 seconds left on the Middleton penalty. So it will be 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes as Colton Ayers heads to the box for hooking, and then 16 more seconds of a Panther power play.
Yeah, Panthers just weren't able to get the space out there they wanted. And again, it's that speed from Middleton. They're taking away all the time and space from Oregon to move the passes, walk the line, and keep that puck moving around. And again, Middleton's speed has really been the deciding factor so far in this game.
14:03 to play in this second period. We are tied at 1 here at the Capital Ice Arena in Middleton. Cardinals and the Panthers will play 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes after the hooking penalty against Colton Ayers of Oregon. Quick shot from the point, doesn't get through, and Colton Daly wisely dives right on top. Some traffic in front of him. He makes a nice stop.
Yeah, and it almost looked like something went into the net, and I couldn't tell if it was a stick end, like a stick cap or a mouthpiece, but it looked like something went in the net.
I can't see it from our angle here. We'll see if the referees clear it up. The Panthers win that faceoff cleanly, and they control this puck. Look for a long pass towards Nick Bryan. He's not able to settle it down, but it does come on net. No icing the call. Cardinals flip that one ahead. It sounded like some of the Cardinals did want the icing call. They don't get it, and coming the other way is Andrew Chafe. Chafe, top of the near circle, poked off his stick by Matt Rush, who rides him into the wall and battles for that puck. Matt Rush, 6'3", the biggest guy on the ice for Oregon, using his physical stature there to make a solid defensive play. Puck still in the Oregon zone. Minute 23 left on the 4-on-4. Feed through center. It bangs off the chest, and what a collision between Matt Rush and Dane Showall. But the puck gets loose for the Panthers, striding after it is Strassman. Using every bit of the speed he can. He just can't quite get there. Boy, that was just out of his reach, and you saw how fast he was moving down the ice. If he catches that pass, that's dangerous.
Yeah, and Strassman had a lot of speed. You know, you look back at the weird kind of collision back in front of Colton Daly. Daly couldn't track the puck too much when those bodies were crashing, and that's a dangerous situation with a puck high in the air and you don't know which way it's going to bounce.
First line out there for Oregon. They send it over to Gage Shiljan as we continue 4-on-4 for another minute 5. Roscoe's through center ice with 13:05 in the period. A nice little poke check from Noah Earhart of Middleton, and they turn it around, carrying it this time Jake Pavelski. Pavelski's pass, though, is picked off, and they turn it right to Franken. He tries to sweep it to Roscoe's. Doesn't connect, but hangs on to the puck with 12:54 to play in the second period. Franken towards the center, weaving his way out to the outer slot. He fishes it towards Zach Roscoe's. Just got a little backhand touch on it, but not quite able to connect on the pass. Franken again into the middle, but now this one is loose. Caden Peterson down low, Franken there, and it's poked away by the Cardinals at the last second. Towards the point, too high, but it does stay in the arena, works its way down the ice for an icing call. We'll bring it back to the Middleton zone. 12:30 to play in the period, 26 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. than 16 seconds of a Panther power play.
You know, when Oregon has the time to carry the puck or to move along any open area of the ice, they start to create scoring chances. And that was a breakdown, it looked like, in Middleton of covering Franken on that left wing. So that's what Oregon needs to do. They need to open it up, use the entire sheet of ice to try and find some daylight.
Oros in the dot for the Panthers, and being sent out for Middleton is Aiden Henderson. They'll replace him with Bryce Carey after the linesman didn't like the faceoff attempt. Now gets ready to drop the puck. There it is. Taken by Middleton and sent to the near side for Showall. Off the stick that time, or excuse me, off the skate blade of Jake Fountain. It comes back into the Panther zone. Working towards the middle again. Bryce Carey, just collisions everywhere in the middle of the ice. It's under the knee of Laszlo Oros and finally taken away by Carey, 2-on-2. Carey to the top of the far circle. Now to the faceoff dot. Pass broken up that time very nicely by Parker Schmidt. The Oregon defenseman gets in the middle of that one. And Oregon now at full strength. 12 seconds of a Panther power play here. The puck in the Oregon zone, but now coming forward is Shiljan. Finds Ayers. Shiljan and Ayers moving ahead. Finds Shiljan at the low angle. Has to wrap around. He's ridden in, and there is a hand up for a penalty. Gage Shiljan taken down hard, and Middleton will head to the box. Their penalty, the 4 minutes against Bo Bergenthal, expired, and they will send a new man in. With 11:48 to go, the Panthers get another 2-minute opportunity here in the second period.
Yeah, and again, when any time the Oregon has had the ability to skate with the puck and open things up, it's really put Middleton in a position where they've had to take penalties like this. So here's a chance now for Oregon to get another power play goal.
Oregon controls. It's Oros at the far point. Tries to take a shot. What a shot blocked by Andrew Chafe, and then he clears it out. Chafe with a great job there, and flying forward is Noah Earhart.
2-minute minor for hooking at 11.
Hooking the call against Showall. We hear from the PA announcer there. Earhart just battling for the Cardinals, doing a nice job on the kill, but here's Colton Ayers, flips it ahead to Adam Franken. Franken stops up at the blue line, moves it into the zone briefly. Now able to work it a little bit deeper on that near side wall. Feed into center, Ayers, a shot. It ping-pongs off a couple of Cardinal defenders, and they're able to clear that one out. This one carried by Blake Kalsher, moves it across. Brooks Kalsher and his brother Blake stop up. Nearly loses the edge, but hangs on, fires a shot, and another killer glove save. That time from Colton Daly. Doesn't get the stoppage, and Roscos moves it forward for Oregon. Laszlo Oros, far side. Cross ice pass finds Franken on the entry. Franken, face-off dot, shot and a glove save from Noah Hogan. Boy, both teams battling on both sides of the edge. That tic-tac-toe pass, Franken to Roscos to Ayers, was pretty. Nice job of Middleton to shut it down.
Yeah, and again, there wasn't a lot of time in there. They were running out of room to get that shot off. But that was the first end-to-end action we've seen with a shot going one way and down the other. So it looks like it's starting to open up a little bit.
Bergenthal up the near side wall for the Cardinals. Held by Shiljan of Oregon. Oregon 55 seconds on the power play, 10:40 left in the second period. We're tied at 1 here at Capital Ice in Middleton. Beneath the net, it's Strassman for Oregon. Sends it back the other way, coming towards the point, and Shiljan will get it there. Taps that one back down for McCormick. It works further down to Strassman in the corner. Panthers set up on offense, looking to get this one going. Strassman, a quick shot. It worms all the way past Hogan Schultz. Not able to keep it in the zone, and with 30 seconds to go on the power play, the Panthers turn it around. Strassman in center ice. A nice job to hang on to that one, keep it moving forward. Battling, a great stick lift, hangs on, backhand shot doesn't go through, sends towards center, it hits off the back of the cage. Bo Bergenthal, high off the glass, coming the other way, he sends it all the way down, a nice clear. How about Strassman though, individual effort working that one in.
Really working well down that right wing side, and the last good possession that Oregon had, Middleton kept them along the left wing boards. They wouldn't let them move anywhere else.
Panthers move this puck in briefly, but it's taken away by the Cardinals. Blake Kalsher sends it along and sends it down. Both teams full strength. And just as he came out, they cleared one down, icing the call. We'll head to the Cardinal zone for a faceoff.
Yeah, the penalty kill from Middleton has been stellar. They did a great job, again, keeping everything to that left wing board. They couldn't get anything across. They couldn't get anything up to their defensive players up on the blue line to try and quarterback a shot in. So they're doing a good job of limiting the passing lanes for Oregon.
We remain tied at 1 here in the second period. 9 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Rush a quick shot, misses wide left, and it comes up the near side boards. Battle ensues there. Panthers trying to get it out. Sam Muller working along with Caden Peterson. Send it back down beneath the net. Muller there, fights again. Now it's picked up by Joe Romer. Rims it back around. Muller's going to have a good look to center this one. He does feed into the slot. Romer, a quick shot. It pops up very high and hits the rafter out of play. A nice pass from Muller to Romer there. Good job by Middleton to get in the way once more and chop it up into the ceiling.
Yeah, and again, you got to wonder, is Oregon going to find a little daylight and make something happen? Because right now, with the way Middleton's playing, they have to be on every single attempt. And Oregon's going to find a way to sneak another one by.
Roscos in the faceoff dot, gets it over to Oros. It makes its way toward the net, but is stopped up by the defense of Middleton. 9:13 to play in this second period. We're all tied up at 1. A power play goal for each team in the first period, the only scoring so far. Noah Eckhart sends one in. It's right in front of the goal. Caden Peterson knocks it clear, finds Oros. Oros has Roscos running in front. He goes cross ice to Franken instead. Franken avoids the hit, taps the puck forward. Knocked briefly, it's still loose in center. Oros, a great job to backhand it to himself. He gets knocked down, but he does get it into the Cardinal zone. Flicked along by Middleton. It may not have the energy for icing. It's going to get across the line, and icing is the call. We'll take it to the Cardinal zone. 8:44 to play in the second, still tied at 1.
Yeah, and Peterson was smart there. Just got right in front of Kelcher, slow him down enough to get the puck across the line. Again, smart play because you know Kelcher's got wheels.
Absolutely. Panthers will take the face-off on the far side of their own zone. Referee wants to get Middleton set up and get this face-off underway. Jake Fountain in the dot for the Panthers, taking on Aiden Henderson. Ends up behind the net, and the Cardinals have it there. Puck loose now on that far side wall. Henderson again tearing it forward. Fends it past the referee and the linesman and gets it all the way into the Oregon zone. Gage Shiljan wraps up hard in the wall against Pavelski. Puck still loose on that far side wall. Battling is Henderson. Panthers take it away. This time it's Fountain. Fountain cross ice, and he's going to send it off the wall to Strassman, who rims it right in and chases after. 8:18 to play. Boy, Strassman goes down hard after an awkward collision with Showall right in the low slot. Just both players, neither one saw the other, and collided right in that low slot. Nice off the legs, though. He hustles back into the play and keeps this one in the Panther zone. Tap through center. There should be no icing on that one. That is the call, and it comes down towards Oregon territory. Working it off the boards is Henderson. Cardinals send it along. This one pops up high in the slot and then is swatted by Shiljan towards the point. Cardinals rim it around on the near side. It goes towards that far edge. Getting in the way is Jake Fountain. Fountain trying to play this one around. He's able to come up with it. The Panthers wide open look. Tries a drop pass though, and the Cardinals steal it back. Knocking it down was Bryce Schuster. And that one up into the safety netting out of play. We'll get a face-off in the Panther zone. 7:37 to go in the second period.
Middleton really hasn't had a lot of good looks coming in against Daly. They've got to get a little bit more offensive zone time and try and move that puck around, get Daly moving side to side. Try and generate some shots even from outside. Stop trying to go down the middle. Try and get a shot in.
Nick Bryant, nope, they're going to send Colton Ayers into the face-off dot for Oregon in their own zone. Oregon wins it briefly. That puck's still loose, though. Cardinals, trying to drag it toward the net. Not able to do it. Colton Ayers working it over to Nick Bryant. Bryant had his first goal of his varsity career in the first period. Boy, a tough push right in front of the Middleton bench. The Middleton players on the bench getting involved. Coming forward now and offsides is Middleton. Jack Balta centers offsides, and with 7:17 to go, we'll take a neutralized faceoff.
And that's an unfortunate offside because that was a 4-on-2 coming in with speed, and they had the look they wanted coming in. So definitely a beneficial offsides for Oregon.
Colton Ayers in the dot. He'll be taking on Brian Frusciante. Frusciante able to win that one over to Bo Bergenthal. At the point, his shot does not get through traffic, works its way to the slot, backhand, and not covered up, still loose. Loose in front, Colton Daly trying to get it, it's still loose, a shot, and a score, and you had to know that would happen. I thought Daly had it with the blocker hand, then it got knocked free, I think potentially inadvertently by his own man. And when the goalie is on his chest like that, there's just nothing he can do. Middleton capitalizes, they take the lead 2-1.
And again, you thought for sure that Daly had it covered. I think Daly originally thought he had it covered. And then a weird couple sets of bounces, then the bodies are flying everywhere. So Middleton able to capitalize on one of those opportunities. And this next shift for Oregon will be very important to see how they respond. Gage
Shiljan doing a nice job over there, going over to get his goalie back into it, shaking his hand, tell him to shake it off, and the Panthers put some pressure on as Middleton takes it back into their own defensive zone. Franken stepping up, and now Gage Shiljan for Oregon. Tries to put it down, but the Cardinals grab it and reverse course. Cross ice pass, it does make it through behind the defense. A shot right off the mask. Second shot doesn't get through. Oros breaks it up and then sends it down. It will not be on net, an icing call. Oh my goodness. They're announcing it's Jack Baltus that gets credit for that last goal unassisted. Colton Daly saves it with the cage, and then Oros just straight blocks it with the stick and clears it. What a defensive job.
Yeah, and that's always one when you're a goaltender. You hate to hear that sound. I mean, it doesn't really hurt too much, but it rings your bell a bit.
Face-off is controlled by Middleton. Shot bangs off a stick and goes high over the cage. No goal on that one, too tall. 6:32 to play. It's 2-1 Middleton lead here at Capital Ice Arena in Middleton. Cross ice, and here's Franken one-on-one. Franken goes to the outside edge, covers it back up, send to Roscos. Roscos, a shot stopped by the defense, doesn't make it through all the way to the goaltender. The puck still loose, a nice little one-touch from Earhart to move it forward to Bryce Carey. On the outside edge, tries to wrap it back around. Here come the Panthers, 3-on-2. Pass ahead to Oros, he's able to get it. Finds Roscos. Roscos 2-on-2 with Franken. Trying to work through traffic. Finds Oros. Oros, high slot, drags, fires, and he takes the glass above the cage. 5:58 to go in the second period. Roscos, a deflection attempt. Feed to Oros, a shot, and a score! Oh boy, the three big forwards for Oregon. Roscos, Franken, and Oros combining their powers to tie it back up. 5:53 to go, it's 2-2.
And that's the response you want to see. They came out with the shift after the goal, and a breakaway comes in. Daly makes a big save, and then from there, the big line of three comes down, gets 2 or 3 shots, and then the one to a Rose has nothing but open net and ties it up 2-2.
And it's what you love to see from Oregon, getting set up, getting multiple shots in a trip down the ice. Great job by the first line to get Oregon back in this game. We're tied at 2. Hustling forward is Kalsher. Knocked off his stick, loose in the slot, and nice job by Muller. He kicks the pass across to Joe Romer. On the left wing side, looking for a pass. Sends towards the center. It's broken up by the defense of Middleton. They work it back to Jake Pavelski. At the point, nice hold by Wiedenholz, who sends it back down into Cardinal territory. 5.5 minutes to go in the second period. Tied at 2 here at Capital Ice in Middleton. A good little lift there, and that's going to be, I thought it was offsides from Peterson, but they let that one play on. Pass it in. Worked around to the other side. Wiedenholz stepped it up. Oros getting the credit for that goal. We'll see the assist. A drag from Romer, backhand and a save. We've got a delayed penalty coming. It's going to go against Oregon. Caden Peterson steps forward. Didn't hear a whistle as he touched it, and now I'm not sure if this is against Oregon or Middleton. But perhaps it's against Middleton.
Yeah,
arguing with him is Jake Pavelski.
I'm not sure what the...
That was a little confusing on exactly what the nature of that call was. It does look like it's going to be Middleton, number 27, Dane Showall, heading to the box. So I have to admit, a little unclear from the official.
Yeah, because
Showall is guilty of head contact is the signal. So a 2-minute minor for head contact against Dane Showall with 5:01 to go in the second. Captain coming out, Bo Bergenthal looking to get an explanation.
And I don't blame it, because there was at least 8 seconds where Middleton controlled the puck, moving it around the boards. So, I mean, that would have been horrible if Middleton's goalie would have started to skate out.
Right. Either way, Oregon does have a 2-minute power play. Middleton looking to clear it out of the zone. They are going to be easily able to and send it along.
2 minutes for head contact.
2 minutes for head contact. You hear the official call from the PA announcer there. We're tied at 2. The Panthers on the power play. They've got 1:43 of that left to go as it's brought forward by Matt Rush. Rush drops it to the point. A nice pass towards Pat McCormick. McCormick's attempted pass down is broken up. That's a nice work by Nate Burkhart on the Cardinals defense. Hogan Schultz now stride for side with Frusciante. Frusciante locked up with Schultz, and the loose puck is picked up by Matt Rush. 4:24 to go in the second period. 1:20 left on the power play. Panthers have not gotten any offensive time, but now here's Strassman. Strassman tries to lift it ahead to a teammate. Nice job by Rush in the slot. Takes a shot off the pad. A killer kick save by Noah Hogan of the Middleton Cardinals, and they do not get clear. How about Matt Rush right in the slot?
And that was an against-the-grain shot, and it looked like it handcuffed Noah Hogan for a second there, and he was able to get that big pad out, but that was a good shot from Rush.
Here comes Adam Franken. He's got Roscos in the middle. Knocked over by the Cardinals, but a nice job to hold at the blue line by Gage Shiljan. 49 seconds left on this power play. 3:45 left to play in the second period. We are all tied at 2 here in Middleton. Kick it over to Roscos. Roscos near side dot, up to the point for Shiljan. Cross ice. Find Peterson. His shot is blocked. A nice body block by Aiden Henderson, and Henderson taps it forward. And now we've got a delayed penalty coming up against Oregon. It's going to go against number 17, Caden Peterson. 2 minutes for interference. So we will have 30 seconds of 4-on-4 and then a minute 30 of a Middleton power play. Fair number of penalties in this game, though that is only the third against Oregon.
Yeah, and that's a penalty you almost have to take. If you don't, you're giving a forward coming in on that left wing side a lot of room. So again, Oregon last season got a lot of bad penalties, offensive zone, a lot of retaliatory. That hasn't been the case here, and they're finding answers for Middleton's speed, especially in this latter half of the second period.
Panthers do win that face-off, 4-on-4, so no icing allowed for either team for the next minute 30. 3:25 to go in this second period. Tied at 2. An attempted pass by Parker Schmidt is broken up. He gets the puck with the hand. That one broken up. A quick shot. Schmidt blocks that shot, though, getting his legs together. Panthers not able to clear it out of the zone. They feed a wide open look, a great save. Second chance too high and hits the glass well over the net. Gage Shiljan's got it now. The alternate captain moving it across to the captain, Zach Roskos. Roskos lead pass to Franken, just bounces over the blade. Franken beneath the net, and now it's a Middleton power play. The penalty against them has expired, and it's 5-on-4 for Middleton for a minute 20. Flying up the ice, carrying that puck is Aiden Henderson. Right wing side, it's tapped off his tape, but he hangs on. Henderson, center point, works that one across to Pavelski. Shot no good, and the puck to the near side wall. Bryce Carey now carrying it. Fires a shot, it hits the back of the skate of Gage Shiljan. Roskos trying to clear that one out, held instead by the Cardinals. Minute to go on their power play. They find Carey, top of the near circle. Center point, work it across. Dragging it in, a shot from Kalsher, doesn't make it to the net, wide on the left side. Send it over to Bergenthal. It's loose for Zach Roskos. What a poke from the captain to get it clear of the zone and get his weary Killers a change. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in the second period. 40 seconds left on the Middleton power play. Bringing it forward is the captain, Bo Bergenthal. Onto the tape now of Riley Armstrong and working it ahead to number 21, Bryce Schuster. Schuster centers that one and it's blocked. It doesn't get through, and now we've got another whistle. One of the Middleton players went in hard.
Took the net off the mooring.
And knocked the net off the mooring. Okay, I wasn't sure what the signal was, but the net had come off. Boy, he went in hard, number 8, Jake Pavelski. So, minute 59 to go in the second period. 28 seconds of Middleton power play. We are all tied at 2.
Yeah, Middleton's look really good on this power play. They're getting good penetration, and they're moving the puck well. So Oregon's got to do a real good job of taking out the lanes and clearing the puck when they can.
Bergenthal to Schuster. Back to Bergenthal. A shot and a score. Bo Bergenthal snipes it from the top of the far circle. Just a killer blast. And the second power play goal of the night for Middleton gives them a 3-2 lead.
And you could see that one setting up right off the face-off. They were able to get the look they wanted. They got it over to that heavy shot coming from that point, and a lot of traffic in front of Daly. I think after the goal went in, Daly shook his head a bit. I don't think he saw that puck coming in at all.
No, he didn't have a good look to it in terms of his vision. Definitely obstructed in front. Middleton takes advantage on a second power play tonight. They are 2 of 3 on the power play this evening. An outstanding power play percentage, and they lead 3-2.
And here's another big important shift for Oregon. They got to show that they can be resilient and deal with this kind of adversity.
Number 3 forward line is out there for the Panthers. That's Wiedenholz, Muller, and Romer. Send it forward towards Wiedenholz on that near wall. Loose puck. Tap forward. Nice job by Parker Schmidt to just chip at it. And now Muller putting the speed on, chasing after Noah Earhart. He challenges Earhart behind the net. Does get it off of him. He's got the puck loose. Sends to center, but broken up by the Cardinals defense. Minute 30 to play in this second period. Cardinals with that 3-2 advantage after their second power play goal. Loose puck in the center, turned around by Frusciante. At the far side point, tries to drag it around and drops it off this time for Burkhart. At the point, a quick shot coming and another outstanding glove save. Noah Earhart rifling that one in, but well seen by Colton Daly and stopped.
Yeah, Daly was able to track that one coming all the way in, but Oregon's got to do a better job of not letting the defensive points there have so much time. Oregon was so collapsed in that he could have skated 2 or 3 strides before he shot that.
Minute 15 to play in this second period. Cardinals up 3-2. Zach Roskos will take the face-off on the far side of his zone, and now we get a whistle.
Little bit of encroachment there from the wingers, I think.
Yeah, the referee letting them know it, but no penalty called, and we will continue to play. Puck still stock on the dot. Neither team getting it free. Cardinals a shot, and it hits the glass high, rolls over to the near side. Work it down low. Getting in front of it is Hogan Schultz of Oregon. Schultz trying to work it up the near wall to Franken. Instead finds Roscoe's to the point, but it's taken by Showall. A shot, a deflection, covered by Colton Daly. Showall rifles it into Jack Baltus, who has a goal already. But a nice job by Daly to stop it up.
Yeah, he had to get down real low because he didn't want any of those little squeakers to get by.
And I apologize, that was 22 Burkhardt, not 12 Baltus. Either way, a great play from Middleton, but a great stop from Colton Daly of Oregon. 55.8 seconds to go. Roscoe's in the face-off dot against Frusciante. Puck is taken by Hogan Schultz and sent all the way to the far side of the Oregon zone. Backhanded clear. Middleton fires it in, but it'll be a delayed offsides. They'll have to check up. Matt Rush, cross ice into Roscoe's. Ahead to Franken, and the Panthers move forward. Oros at the blue line. Coming in, high slot, works his way to the near side. Drops it back for Roscoe's, plays it with the foot and hangs on. Up to the point now. Schultz, wind, drive off the pad. Comes to Rush, far point. Rush Arister comes through traffic, doesn't make it to the net, and knocked up by Baltus of the Cardinals. Ahead that time to Frusciante, crossing the blue line, top of the circle, takes a shot around traffic and easily covered by Colton Daly. Good rebound control on that one. There were Cardinals coming.
Yeah, and I don't think they realized that you had a Cardinal deep, or the Cardinal way past the defensive line for Oregon, and they just kind of went in a little bit slower. But that's really what you want to do at this point. You don't want to give Oregon the chance to take a turnover and go the other way.
19.6 seconds to play in this second period. 3-2 lead for the Middleton Cardinals here at Capitol Ice. Joe Romer in the dot, taking on Andrew Chafe of Middleton. Face-off is won to Bo Bergenthal. Bergenthal a shot, misses wide right. Comes to the near side with 15 seconds to play. Carry all the way across to Bergenthal, but left it out of the blue line and into neutral ice. Panthers putting some two-man pressure on. Romer's pass goes too strong, hand up for icing, and we will call it with 3.3 seconds to go. Middleton gets one last face-off in this second period.
Yeah, and Oregon's going to do everything they can to just win it, get it back, kill off these 3 seconds, because the one thing we've seen this season, Oregon's a third-period team. They've really put it on hard in every game they've played in that third period.
Zach Roscoe's will take the face-off, working against Aiden Henderson of Middleton. 3.3 seconds on the clock. Far side of the Oregon zone. Linesman gets everyone in position. Panthers bunched up in front of the net. Puck drop, loose in front. Bergenthal, shot, doesn't get through traffic, and that will do it for the second period. The Cardinals got what they wanted at the end there, got it to Bergenthal, but he couldn't make it through all the bodies in front. And we head into the second intermission with the Cardinals leading 3-2 on the strength of 2 power play goals.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, too, on that last power play goal that went in on Daly. You had noticed it at the beginning of this period, or the end of the last period, I'm sorry, where Daly played real deep in. And even on that last kind of scrum, he was all the way back at the goal line, not coming out at all. So I wonder if he's going to make an adjustment in the third period. But that period was back and forth as far as momentum goes, and each team's got to be happy.
Exactly. You know, Cardinals obviously going to be a little bit happier going in with the lead, but not really because they're outplaying Oregon in any sense of the word. And boy, that score, that second goal from Oregon after they went down 2-1, that was a thing of beauty. That's exactly the sort of thing that this Oregon team can do.
Yeah, and that's really good. I think kind of woke Middleton up a little bit to see that when they start that passing, when they get down deep, they can burn you in a number of ways. So I think you're going to see a little bit more defensive play coming from Middleton in the third period, and I think you're going to see Oregon come just full all out in the third.
I'm looking forward to it. It's Middleton 3, Oregon 2, but we've got 17 minutes of hockey left. Stay tuned to OCA Media's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey. Welcome back, everyone. Zach Seeloff and Dan Graychuk with you at the Capitol Ice Arena in Middleton. The Middleton Cardinals lead your Oregon Panthers 3-2 with about 1:40 left in the intermission period. Dan, you mentioned it, and it is absolutely true. Oregon, a third-period team, and even more than that, not really a second-period team. Nonetheless, they got a goal, so they kept it within 1 here. They come out trailing by 1, but this is definitely, I think, the period where we've seen them shine the most. And that goal we saw in the second period was impressive. If they can work that kind of system again, you've got to believe they'll get back into this thing.
They really can. So far this season, the second period has been the worst for them. They've been outscored 10-3. But in the third period, they've outscored everybody 17-8. So this is the kind of period where they find their legs or they feel that sense of urgency. And I think that's one thing, too, that I've noticed this season as opposed to last season. There always seems to be a sense of urgency in every shift that they're out there for. They never seem to be really laying back. They seem to be pushing forward. And Middleton's the same way. There has not been what I would call a lazy shift from either team in this game, and that's saying something.
No, both of these teams putting their all out. And one thing I want to highlight is for Oregon, their third line. Sam Muller, Ben Wiedenholtz, Joe Romer's been out there with them. Parker Schmidt we've seen out there with them. Those different guys have been doing a real job out there. Nick Bryan was out there and got his first goal of his varsity career in the first period. That third line for Oregon is the least experienced. They don't really have anyone on there who's a good anchor of, a time-tested kind of guy. And they've been playing awfully well tonight against a very good Cardinals team.
They really have. They've been playing at 110%, I'd have to say. And looking here at Middleton's third period record, they've scored 18 and let 12. So they're a pretty solid third-tier period team too, but they're really a first-period team. So again, neither team has a clear advantage, and this score of 3-2 could easily be 4-2 or 3-3. It's been very evenly played.
One thing that Middleton has impressed me with has been their power play. Their power play has been outstanding, and I think they've got the edge on Oregon with that. Oregon's power play has been a little disorganized at times tonight. Oregon needs to stay out of the box in this period, not give them any chances to strike again on the power play.
Yeah, special teams for Middleton this game has been stellar on both sides of the power play. Whether it be the power play or the penalty kill, they've done a really good job of limiting Oregon to only one power play goal.
17 minutes to decide a winner here. The Cardinals up by 1, 3-2 as we get started in the third period. Zach Roscos in the dot taking on Aiden Henderson. And the Cardinals do win it back to get us started in the third and final period. Earhart tries to work it forward. It goes too strong. Shiljan's the pass, though, is picked off and taken by Henderson. Henderson on the far side, stripped of it by Roscos. He sends it for Franken. It's off the toe of his skate. That may come down for icing.
Nope.
No icing the call. And so instead, Hogan will tap it back. Cardinals work it to that far side of their own zone. Earhart moving it forward. The one touch does not go, though, and it comes to Gage Shiljan. Wraps it over to Schultz. He tries a backhand through the legs. Not able to get it. Boy, and Laszlo takes a big shot up against the bench. Working through into the zone. A nice poke check there off the stick of Bryce Schuster by Shiljan. Off the blocker, a second shot and a score. And Colton Daly on his back, unhappy with that one. It hit his blocker. You could tell he's trying to send it to the near side. Instead, it hit straight off the blocker and bounced right back into the slot. An easy pickup on the rebound for Middleton.
Yeah, rebound control on that one, Daly is not going to be very happy with. But that was just a good entry into the zone. Move the puck out, get a shot, and then look for a rebound. And 2 or 3 of the 4 goals that Middleton has been essentially set up that way by looking for a rebound or getting a second chance opportunity.
Cardinals take the 4-2 advantage with 16-16 to play in the third and final period. They also win the faceoff. It kind of works up Jack Baltus, but he's able to move it forward, and the Cardinals enter the Panthers zone. Frusciante with it in the corner. Battling for it, Ayers steps in, working with Parker Schmidt, trying to take that puck away. They continue to battle here, pushing along. It comes towards Matt Rush. Rush ends up with it under his skate blade, but able to get that one forward. And Oregon coming through neutral ice. Flip forward to Strassman. Strassman in the corner, pokes it along, continues after it. On to Blake Kalsher's stick now. He turns it around, reverses. Strassman not able to hold, and Kalsher with it again. For the Cardinals, they move it up to the far side. Jack Baltus with it there. Stepping up, though, is Ayers. Will not let them clear it on the far edge. To the point, Parker Schmidt works it back down. Ayers behind the net, trying to grab it for Oregon. 15:27 to play in this game. Comes to the near wall. It'll be Matt Strassman now of Oregon to send it back down below the net. Panthers have had a lot of zone time here, but haven't been able to really set anything up.
Yeah, keeping it in low percentage areas where Oregon isn't able to get in front of the net to get a shot.
Cardinals work it all the way in, but it's stripped away by Pat McCormick, who sends it into neutral ice for Alec Inman of Middleton. Panthers looking to get a change, and it comes to Parker Schmidt of Oregon. Through center ice, his backhanded pass is off target and brought back in by Andrew Chafe of the Cardinals. Hard back behind the net. Shiljan putting some pressure on, delivers a whack. That puck doesn't make it to the net, but comes out to the point. A wind and a drive there. That one gets through and gets in. Alec Inman, I think, just wanted to throw that one in net to generate a rebound. It didn't look like Daly saw it. Based on his reaction, it went pretty high up near the crossbar.
And they're making the change.
And Inman gets the shot, and that's going to bring the end of Colton Daly's night. It's too bad because up until these last few minutes, he's played an awfully good game.
And I think that was his first goal because they just got the puck over to the coach.
Yep, congrats to Alec Inman, his first goal of the varsity season. With 14:46 to go in the third, he makes it a 5-2 Cardinals lead. They pick up an early 2 in the first 2 minutes and 14 seconds of this period and have a 3-goal advantage. Cardinals to the point. Battling is Joe Romer. Romer not able to hold it in, and that's a delayed offsides against Oregon. Good call by the referee there. Saw some white as the puck came across the blue line. 14.5 minutes to play. As the Cardinals send it along, it'll come to Gage Shilgen at his own blue line. Cross to Hogan Schultz near side. Ahead to Romer in front of the Middleton bench. He goes down to dump the man trying to put a hit on him. Puck loose. They try and get an entry, and now they are on sides and will chase after it. Gage Shilgen's going to get to this puck. The Panthers chasing. Here comes Joe Romer to follow up as Showall of Middleton takes it, taps it along. Nice hold, though, by Drew Reynolds of Oregon to send it back down. Along the wall, doesn't get clear. It's taken by Romer. Now off his stick, and here come the Cardinals. They give that one ahead to Chafe. Chafe drops off for Bryce Carey, left wing side. His shot hits hard and bounces towards Newton, who makes an easy save. Big push and a delayed penalty coming against Middleton. Oregon picks it up. Gage Shilgen has it. Now behind the net. The Panthers still trying to get after this puck. And there is the call. It'll be a power play for Oregon, and what a huge chance to get back into this game, trailing 5-2 with 13:41 to play.
Yeah, and it's not often I get to correct you twice in a game, but it's Jacob Ayers in net, not Hunter Newton.
I apologize to both those players. Jacob Ayers taking over the goalie duties. He does a nice job on that sequence, and it's going to be a misconduct penalty against number 9, Andrew Chafe. We've got a 5 and 10 here. So a major and a misconduct against Andrew Chafe. We'll wait to get the signal.
Yeah, the coach is now waving to talk to the ref, wants to find out what's going on. And
unsportsmanlike conduct, I believe, was the signal I just saw there. So if that's a 5 and 10. Oh, no. So that was a signal for a timeout. If you're not familiar in hockey, the T that you would use for a timeout in most sports.
So, okay, so 5 minutes and then.
Oh. Yeah, so Andrew Chafe getting a 5 and 10, a 5-minute major for checking from behind, a 10-minute for misconduct, serving the major because that will expire before the misconduct is number 22, Nate Burkhart, not involved in the play. He's just the player that has to sit on the bench. So Chafe dinged up big time for a hit from behind, and now a huge opportunity for the Panthers. 5 minutes of a non-expiring power play with a 3-goal deficit to make up.
Yeah, and I guess I'm a little surprised that Ayers isn't in his crease right now, stretching, moving around, finding his angles, feeling more comfortable because they can't warm him up. But he really coming in cold like that, and that's why that shot that came in, that weird bouncer, was a tough save for him. Because, again, you come in cold. But this is the chance that Oregon needs. They need to find 3 goals, and we've seen the talent from these players to be able to generate it. So now they just have to make sure they don't take any penalties during this power play and find a way to capitalize.
And they've got an extra forward out there. Colton Ayers out there, and at right defense is Laszlo Oros. So essentially 4 forwards and a D-man. Behind the net, feed into center, and knocked down from behind is Ayers. But the Panthers hang on. 4:47 on the power play, 13:28 in the game. Panthers need 3 goals to get back into this. It's 5-2 Middleton. Battling behind the net, Franken and Ayers fighting for that puck. Stepping in is Roscos as well. It pops very high. Middleton tries to clear, can't do it. And the Panthers hang on. They've got Franken, who's got Ayers in the middle. Feed to him, turn, can't get the shot through. And that'll be cleared by Middleton. But the Panthers generate some nice pressure on that first opportunity.
Yep, and that's what they got to do. Just keep moving, try and get some shots. Look to get some shots from the point and look for rebounds or deflections coming in.
Huge hit against the wall, but Roscos hangs on to the puck. Knocked clear, though, by Middleton. Panthers control and neutral ice. Oros thought about ringing it in. Instead retreats back into the defensive zone. Gage Shilgen with 4:05 left on the major penalty. 12:44 to play in the game. Ayers working his way through hard, battling for that puck. Gets it into the corner, tries to turn it around. At the point, held by Shilgen. Opposite point, Oros across to Roscos. Wide open at the dot, and the shot misses on the near side of the cage. Oros again, top of the circle. What a rifle of a pass, but it rose a little bit on him. Ends behind the net, and there's Franken. Roscos tries to get it back to Franken. It bangs off a stick, pops up high, still loose, and that's going to be covered by Hogan of Middleton. 3:35 left on the power play for Oregon.
Yeah, and I can see what Oregon's trying to do there, but they've got to change it up a bit because Middleton's caught on to those little passes coming from behind the net. They need to try and get some shots from the point, get some traffic in front of Hogan, and look for some kind of rebound or deflection.
5-skater change for the Panthers. Matt Strausman in the dot, wins the faceoff towards Hogan Schultz, but he can't settle it down. He'll have to track it back to the Oregon blue line. 12-10 to play in this game. 3:29 left on the power play. Schultz wraps over the top of one again and allows Middleton to clear it back down into the Oregon zone. Behind his own net, Jacob Ayers slows things down, and Matt Rush will bring it forward for Oregon. Rush facing a little pressure, gets that one away to Strausman. It hits off the skate, they cross it to the center, and now they'll have to give chase along the near wall. Nick Bryan there. Pat McCormick at the near point. Works it down, but it's taken. Middleton's got an opportunity behind the defense is Bryce Schuster. 1-on-none against the goalie. Backhand, forehand score. Bryce Schuster, the short-handed breakaway on the major penalty. Boy, there's nothing you're going to be able to do as a goalie there. That was a killer move, and he makes it 6-2 with 11:40 to play.
Yeah, and people don't realize how tough it is to come into a game cold. You don't get a chance to warm up. You're not feeling the puck the same way, and you could see Ayers there seemed to be a little bit handcuffed, made a quick move, and he was able to find that open spot between the skate and the post. So that's a great penalty kill from Middleton. Oregon here really in a lot of trouble.
Nothing like a shorthanded goal to up the morale. It's 6-2 Middleton with 11:35 to play. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on this power play. And they sling another one down here, send it right on net. Ayers obviously makes the easy save. Shiljan wants to get his troops in line, organizes everyone and sets up the breakout. Colton Ayers across the blue line, cross ice to Oros. Laszlo near side, cross ice finds Ayers. Ayers can't quite get the shot. They tap it to where they thought somebody would be. Franken tries to hold briefly, but now here comes Bryce Carey. Carey is chopped, and that's going to be a slashing call coming up against Adam Franken. Shiljan will touch it up to get the whistle. Franken will head to the box, and so it'll be 2 minutes of 4-on-4 hockey, followed by a 21-second power play for Oregon, and unfortunately, the game has gotten away from them here in the third period.
Yeah, at this point, you could see they were rushing passes. They weren't feeling the same kind of comfortable level of comfort that they did in the first and second, and you can end up in quicksand so fast, and I think that's kind of where they're at now.
11:02 to play in the game. Cardinals lead 6-2 here at the at the Capital Ice Arena in Middleton. We'll have 2 minutes of 4-on-4 hockey after the slashing call against Adam Franken. Cardinals wrap it into the near corner of the Oregon zone. Showall holds it, feeds across, but it goes to the wall. Hogan Schultz tries to tap it clear, taken by Schuster. Shot and a save by Jacob Ayers. Fights that one off and does a nice job to keep it out of the back of the net. Hard clearing attempt from Parker Schmidt is taken cleanly by Aiden Henderson. He comes in on the right wing side, tries to drop a pass. He successfully completes that one to Bryce Schuster. In the corner, still fighting, sends it along, and it bangs off a couple of sticks to the far side wall. Hogan Schultz there for Oregon, trying to get this puck clear, and he instead just tries to rifle it off the corner. That may not hit the net. It will not, and that's going to be an icing against Oregon. They just needed a change. 10:19 to play in the game, 6-2 Middleton.
Yeah, I think that line was a little confused because they looked like they kept trying to ice it. I don't think they realized. I think they forgot for a second it was 4-on-4.
And it will be 4-on-4 for another minute 17. We'll then have 21 seconds of a Panther power play again, thanks to the 5 and 10 against number 9 Andrew Chafe for checking from behind. Face off this time. Not won cleanly by either team. Now the Cardinals trying in the corner. Knock it towards the near side. Matt Rush of Oregon will pick it up there. Rush cross ice, finds Drew Reynolds. Reynolds tries to go cross ice. A battle right in front of the benches. Big hit delivered by Jake Pavelski against Nick Bryan. Bryan gets up, dusts himself off, and fights back in. Rush behind the net. Easily moves that one along to Reynolds. Try and get a cross ice pass. Caden Peterson still sticking with it. Nice job to not allow Showall to get a shot from the slot. Tap forward. There's Reynolds again. Showall takes it away off his stick and works his way through the center point. Stripped by Nick Bryan, who flips it for Reynolds in front of the Middleton bench. Reynolds stopping up and turning around. The Cardinals dump it in. Little collision behind the play with 9:35 to go. 30 seconds on the 4-on-4. Reynolds again on the far side. Taps that one into the Cardinals zone as the Panthers get a change. High off the glass from the Cardinals, and they move it ahead this time to Brooks Kalsher. Kalsher tries to deliver the hit against Gage Shiljan while he's the only offensive player. That doesn't work out super well, and the Panthers come up with the puck. Roscoe finds a head. Here's Gage Shiljan. Shiljan a shot, and it's off the pad of Hogan to the near side. Gage Shiljan and Zach Roscoe's combine nicely there. Oros into the slot. Shiljan again. Roscoe's a shot, and it's deflected off the stick of Riley Armstrong, just getting in the way at the last second. Oregon at full strength. They're on the power play for the next 15 seconds. 8:55 to play in the third period. Cardinals up 6-2, but the Panthers threatening here. Now the Cardinals get it loose, send it high off the glass, and get it down. And we've got a whistle.
Played with a high stick.
Okay, played by a high stick, and so that will send it into the Oregon zone for a face-off. 8 minutes and 48 seconds to play in the game, 7 seconds on the Panther power play. Boy, Oregon organized a nice offensive push in the other end.
They really did, and it's been kind of the story of the past, I'd say, period and a half. They're able to generate it. They're just not getting it as a kind of shot or look they want.
Off the face-off, Middleton nearly got a shot out of the face-off man himself, Brian Frusciante. Not able to get it to go, though, and the Panthers chop it through neutral ice. Both teams at full strength as the 5-minute major expires against Chafe. He will stay in the box. What a hit from Matt Rush right in front of us here. But the Cardinals do get it into the zone briefly. Panthers send it back out. Chafe will be in the box until about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Cardinals are up 6-2 in the third and final period. That puck comes out into neutral ice for Parker Schmidt of Oregon, who lofts it in. Another big collision at center ice, and the Panthers give chase. Wrapped around to the near side, held by Riley Armstrong. Sends up along the wall, but at the point it's Parker Schmidt doing a nice job to hang on to things and keep that one in the zone as the Panthers get a big change. Into neutral ice, and that time taken by Ben Outhouse, who we haven't seen yet this season. Good to see him on the ice and playing for Oregon here late in this third period. Working his way through traffic is Joe Romer. At center ice, he just battles through, sends it along, does hold it, and fights it into the zone. Finally snapped clear. Good individual effort from Romer, and now striding after it is Pavelski to get it behind the Oregon net. Loose puck, nobody able to grab it, and now it's Middleton again. Drop it off at the point, send it across, this time to Bergenthal. From the dot, the shot gets through, and I think it hits right off the shoulder of Jacob Ayers, makes the stop on a nice positional save. Outhouse sends it along the corner from Muller. He gets pushed up hard against the wall. Really messed with by the Cardinals as they work this one into the high slot. That shot deflects in, and I think it might have deflected off an Oregon player. That shot really not really going near the net, but changed direction aggressively.
Yeah.
Nothing Ayers can do, and it's 7-2 Middleton.
Yeah, you can always tell that when a puck changes directions like that. And right now the game's definitely kind of gotten where Middleton is just finding ways to get it in, get the shots, and that, but 4 goals in this period.
4 goals for Middleton. It was 3-2 coming into it, and now just a little over halfway through, it is 7-2 Middleton. They have really poured it on in this third and final period. Panthers down by 5. Face-off, won by Roscoe's. Moves it forward. He's got Oros to the right side. Follows it all the way down behind the net. Oros there to provide assistance as well, and Franken steps up. Comes towards the point. We'll get the call of the goal.
Assisted by number 8, Jake Pavelski.
Aiden Henderson getting credit for that goal. At 9:47 in the third to make it 7-2. Down low in the Panther zone, it's Gage Shiljan controlling. Tries to work it up near side. Now elects to turn it the other way. It hits one of the stanchions, and it's taken by Adam Franken. Franken, cross ice, finds Oros. What a job to handle that pass. Oros drags past his man, tries to fight through, but Bergenthal able to take it away. Cardinals tap it forward. They've got a 2-on-2 the other direction. Frusciante has it knocked off his tape, and the Panthers turn it right around ahead to Franken. Franken didn't have speed, though, and coming up behind him was Blake Kalsher. Instead comes to Roscoe's, and the shot no good, but we've got a delayed penalty coming. And that will be the whistle slashing the call against Bergenthal. Roscoe's, Oros, and Franken continue to put on a show here, and now they've got another 2-minute power play because they got behind the defense once more.
Yeah, that was a completely broken play coming in that they just didn't give up on, and they came in almost at a 2-on-1 at one point. So the good thing here is that last season, I think Oregon would have started taking bad penalties, getting a little more physical. Here, they're just staying on their game. Their focus is there, and that's the kind of character you want to see from a club.
6:11 to play in the game. Panthers with a 2-minute power play. Face-off won by Middleton, and they'll try and rim it hard to that far side. Parker Schmidt steps up, fights for that puck, does not allow the clear, and works it down to Drew Reynolds. Reynolds has Fountain. He stops up behind the net, finds Fountain outer hash marks. Point for Matt Rush. Wide, drive off the leg and blocked by Bryce Carey. Good job getting in front of that one. Nick Bryan puts it behind. That pass, though, went by. Nobody really knew where to look for it. A shot comes in from well behind the center line from Middleton. Nearly get it on net, and the Panthers will reset. Minute 29 on the power play. 5:38 to go in this third and final period. The Cardinals have asserted themselves here, and they lead 7-2 at the Capital Ice Arena. Up towards the point, stopped by Drew Reynolds. Center point, Matt Rush. Outer hash marks, fires a shot. Good blocker save. Following in a shot and a stop. Drew Reynolds comes in nicely. Nick Hogan makes a great save on the rebound.
Yeah, and that rebound came at the kind of the same angle that the shot came in at, so he was still in position for that second shot. But that's what Oregon needs to do more of, is get these shots from further out, top of the circles or from the blue line, and look for those rebounds, because Hogan is giving bigger rebounds.
First liners out there for the Panthers, and we see him doing what they had done before, put an extra forward out in the person of Colt Myers, move Oros back to the defensive position. 5:23 to play in this game. Panthers with a minute 13 left of the power play, trailing 7-2. Work it up to the point for Gage Shiljan. Sends it down and finds Franken below the net. Back to Roscoe's outer hash marks. Panthers set up. There's Franken. Looking to wrap it into center. His pass is picked off and cleared out. No, held nicely by Oros. Cross ice to Roscoe's. Top of the dot. Fires! And off the stick of Colton Myers, but can't deflect it on net. Up to the point again. Working his way around is Oros. Oros at the dot. Fires a shot and scores! Laszlo Oros from the near side face-off dot, a power play goal to make it 7-3.
Yeah, he came in. There was a lot of traffic in front of Hogan. I don't think he saw that shot coming in. And again, not a lot of time left here for Oregon to put a substantial push on, but you just want to build. You want to build from the last shift and try and generate something. And their power play there was the best looking power play they had. And that's what you want to build on.
Great work from the Oregon Panthers, and now we get a whistle from the referee. Wasn't quite ready to go, but now we're set again. Both teams at full strength. The penalty expires on the score, and with 4 minutes and 52 seconds to play, it's Middleton 7, Oregon 3 here at the Capital Ice Arena. Panthers in their own zone looking to clear it out. Wiedenholz fighting through center ice. Tries to get one forward towards Joe Romer. Picked off by Middleton and sent right back into the Panthers' face. No icing the call, and Parker Schmidt will take it right around towards the near side. Schmidt, a nice move to get through traffic. Held by the Cardinals, though, and fired right back. Rims around to the far side. Sam Muller takes a shot up against the wall there. Panthers assist. Caden Peterson comes in, but it's taken away. Feed into center, but the Panthers get it away. Knocked back into the Panthers zone, and with 4:15 to play, it'll be Parker Schmidt behind his own net. Schmidt works it near side. Taken by Wiedenholz, given up to Romer. Cross ice to Muller. Muller looking to just dump this one in. Nice entry there. And at the corner, both teams battle for it. It'll be taken away by Schuster. Drop back to his defensive pair, Pavelski. Off the skate and nearly taken by Reynolds. This one, though, does come out of the zone. Shiljan in center ice for Oregon with 3:51 to play. Cardinals up 4. Pass towards Reynolds there. He fights for it, but it's taken away by Schuster and Middleton. Schuster tries to drag along. Caden Peterson gets in the way, but it's taken by Earhart of the Cardinals. And here comes Schuster. Schuster flicks across. A wide open look, a shot, and it misses wide of the cage and rims hard out. That shot coming from Aiden Henderson, who has 2 goals tonight. Oros for Oregon also with 2 goals in this game. Gage Shiljan trying to work it up the boards to Drew Reynolds, who looks to move it along, but Henderson picks it up. Little one-touch passing here from the Middleton Cardinals, but Shiljan gets in the way. Shiljan, outer face-off dot, doesn't take the shot that's not there, but it has it stripped away. A nice patience from Shiljan, but you got to give the Middleton defense credit there. Cut off his only look on the shot.
Yeah, but also you've got to take the shot. At this point, you want to just put whatever you can on net from wherever you can. I know they want to try and get pretty because Hogan's looking really solid, but take the shot. You never know what's going to happen.
The skaters on Letterkenny, if you watch that show, shot from a bad angle, still a shot.
That's correct.
3:06 to play in this game. It's 7-3 Middleton as the Cardinals face off in their own zone. Oregon taking it, and it's Roscoe's working his way behind the net. Drop pass to Oros. Laszlo had a power play goal just a moment ago to make it 7-3. But the Cardinals here able to move it forward. Showall taps it ahead to Brooks Kalsher. Back to Showall again on the right wing side. And they're able to enter on sides and work it around behind the Panther net. Puck still back there behind the net. Oros trying to get it clear with Rush. Now comes the other way with it. Laszlo looking to move it ahead to Roscoe's. Instead fires cross ice all the way to Franken. Good at pickoff, that time by Blake Kalsher. And now the Cardinals are offsides. 2:34 to go. We'll have a neutralized faceoff.
Yeah, again, with the way this game kind of started to really go off the rails for Oregon in this period, their play really has been just shift after shift, doing the things they need to do to move it forward. I'm impressed to see how they've handled kind of getting blown out for a while there, and they've dealt with it with a level of maturity that I don't think we've seen before, and that's a credit to the kids as well as to the coaching.
Hogan Schultz controls off the faceoff, tries to get that one ahead to Pat McCormick. Puck up along the near side and center ice, now to the far side, carried by Henderson. Cardinals enter aggressively, right wing side. Henderson's shot doesn't get through traffic and ends up high into the safety net. We'll have a out-of-play faceoff with 2:19 left to go.
And on the other side of that, you can tell from the kids in the Middleton program and the coaching that they're taking this game just as seriously with 2 minutes left. And that's something you want to see. They're not gloating, they're not running around doing anything stupid. So both of these programs are really some of the best in this area.
Hold by Middleton, a shot from the point, a nice save by Ayers with the pad. And the Panthers look to chop it out of their own zone. Pat McCormick near side along with Colton Ayers. Puck does come out into center ice. McCormick controls. Flips it along, and the Panthers will give chase. Strassman following against Alec Inman. Inman does a nice job to turn around and move it up the near side wall. Panthers still putting pressure on. Nice high clear off the glass to get that one out of the zone. Gage Shilgen back in his own zone. Rims hard to the opposite side to find Strassman. Strassman and Hogan Schultz working this puck through center ice. Battling, but it's taken away by the Cardinals. Stepping up is McCormick as well. He gets that one off the dasher in front of the Middleton bench and sends it into the zone. Chopped out by the Cardinals once again with 1:36 to play. A high entry. The Cardinals deflect. Panthers follow. Here's Colton Ayers back behind the D. Wrap around pass towards Strassman, but wasn't quite able to connect. 1:25 to go in this 7-3 game here in the third and final period. Strassman, a shot at a low angle. Puck still in the crease and finally cleared out by Middleton.
And we got a penalty coming up against Oregon.
Yep, delayed penalty against the Panthers. A drop into the middle. The Middleton Cardinals now have 6 men on the ice. Panthers trying to get that puck, and they do. There is the whistle. Cross-checking is the call. And so for the last minute 8, Middleton will be on the power play. Believe it's Matt Strassman guilty of the infraction, and that's who they send over.
Yeah, and you could just see that kind of building up there. It's the first offensive zone penalty we've seen Oregon pick up, and that, I think, comes from a little bit of frustration. But again, nothing nutty.
No, it's the sort of thing, it's a flow of the game thing, right? You don't want to dismiss it. You shouldn't cross-check people, but it definitely does happen.
Yep.
Minute 7 to go. Middleton on the power play, working it down low. They fire it off the pads of Jacob Ayers. Panthers try to clear to the near point. Instead, it's held by Earhart. Center point, drops it down. Quick shot, great deflection by Parker Schmidt. Doesn't allow it to the net. Rush wraps it near side again, and again held by Earhart of the Cardinals. Noah Earhart losing control of that puck briefly, but hanging on and stepping his way over towards the center point. Drops it off outer hash marks, the feed into the middle, and the shot does not come. Way out of the crease is Ayers, but he gets back in before the Cardinals can get a shot on. Baltus of Middleton loses the puck. Parker Schmidt tries to pitchfork that one back the other way. Matt Rush now has it. Defender falls down. Rush tries to clear it out and does with 26 seconds to go. Panthers will get a change. Sam Muller striding after this one. Hogan accelerates it along the near side with 20 seconds to play. Cardinals up 7-3 in the final seconds of this game. It's brought forward by Blake Kalsher. Enters on the right wing side. Goes to the faceoff dot. Now cuts behind the net. No wraparound available, and Shilgen rides him into the wall. 6 seconds to play as the Cardinals still control. Flipped out nicely by the Panthers, and that should do it for this game. There is the horn. And so coming into the third period, it was 3-2 Middleton. We finished the game 7-3 Middleton. The Cardinals just pour it on in the final bit of regulation. But Oregon able to fight back, gets a power play goal with just 4 minutes and 55 seconds remaining, fights hard to the very end of this game.
And that's what you need to do. You want to make sure that the character of your team is one that no matter what just went by you or didn't, you keep going shift after shift. You could see that they maybe lost a little bit of steam. The momentum was in Middleton's hands, but they never gave up. And that's what you want to see from that club. And then on the other side, Middleton really could have pushed even more, but they took it just as serious. And I think this is a good 2 programs in a game that easily could have gone off the rails quick.
Absolutely. So just before we get going here, 1 star from each team. Who do you like?
You know, I'm going to go with Nick Bren for getting his first this season. And
Number 6, Nick Bryan.
Yep.
Yep. Power
And
play goal to start us off.
and Alec Inman, his first. So those are the two guys that I think came in. They really pushed as hard as they could. It's great to see them get their first goal of the program, and that's where I'm going to go.
I like both of those. For me, for Middleton, boy, and there's a lot of players that you could go with here. As I look at it, I think I'm going to go with Bryce Carey. Their captain had an assist on the night, didn't get a goal, but they sure had plenty, and he set up an awful lot of that. Great puck handler, got a lot of speed, played really well for Middleton. For the Panthers, I'm going to go with Adam Franken. Adam Franken was involved in a ton of these plays. We talk about the Roscoe, Franken, Oros trio, but Franken in particular tonight just seemed to have an extra gear, was really pushing hard, got out ahead of a lot of this action, played very well for Oregon.
Yeah, both of those guys did, and I mean an honorable mention to Bergenthal.
Yes.
He was just everywhere. And that Franken line is so tough to deal with. And they gave Edgewood all they could handle, and they gave Middleton all they can handle. So, yeah, great picks.
They absolutely did. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us from here at Capitol Ice. The Cardinals take home the win 7-3 against the Oregon Panthers. We'll see you next time. Until then, for our cameraman Peyton and my partner Dan Greatchuck, my name is Zach Seeloff saying so long, take care of yourselves, and take care of somebody else. Good night, everybody.